Welcome to another episode of the Nothing and Everything podcast, where today we will talk a lot of nothing
and a little bit about everything.
What's going on with your voice? What happened?
I don't know. It's just
trying to change it up?
Seriously? I know it didn't. I was just trying to change it up. You know, it'll always be the same with the intro. If we're not going to change the actual words, we change the delivery a little bit.
That was your change?
It was a terrible idea. Should have thought it through.
Speaking of change.
Oh, boy.
Let's just jump right in.
Sure.
I was at an establishment the other day.
Oh, boy.
And I was buying something.
Oh, speaking of change.
And I went up to the front to the register, paid for my item.
Yep.
I had cash, which I know
I use a lot of cash, honestly.
was unusual for people to use cash.
It throws people off.
So the amount was $41.70.
Ooh.
So
that's an easy one, though. Yeah.
So I gave them $45, 2 20s and a 5. Handed it to them, right? My change was $3 and how much?
30 cents.
30 cents. $3.30. He gives me, like I'm watching him pull the ones, and then he starts grabbing just all kinds of change. He gives me $3.80. So he handed it to me, and I watched him count out, and he put it in my hand. I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. You gave me too much money back." And so he was like, "Oh, yeah, okay." So he takes a dime, and he's like, "Thanks, man." And I was like, "Wait, no." I said, I said, "Put the dime back and take the quarters." And so he was like, "Oh, yeah." He says, "Man, the change is all messed up in this drawer."
He was blaming the drawer.
And so I was like,
No, it wasn't.
"No, it wasn't." I watched you go to the different compartments. So he takes one quarter back, and I said, hey, man, put the dime back in my hand and take both quarters. And that way it's just 30 cents. And he was just like, "Yeah, okay, thanks, man." And I walked out, and I was like,
Ooh.
These kids these days. He even punched it into the computer.
That's what I was going to say. He didn't have to do the math in his head.
Right.
It was like, I know the amount. I just couldn't put the the coin.
He couldn't make it happen. And so I was thinking, man, that's not good. Like, you need to go home and roll some coins so you learn how to count some change or something. I mean, it's terrible that, he looked like a 20-something-year-old, guy who
Can't count
change.
Oh, that's rough.
That's what these kids are learning.
So I like to do this. Like, I like getting back. I do use cash a lot.
Why do you use cash?
Because I got so much of it,
You just make it rain everywhere you go. It's got a cloud over you all the time.
This is change. Clank. I don't. No, honestly, when we for like grocery store. Grocery store gas, like that kind of stuff is all. We bank online and everything like that. But
wait, hold on. You pay. You pay for your gas with cash?
Yeah.
So you see people at the gas station?
Every time.
You walk in and say, "Hey, Vern," like you know the people back there?
Hey, Vern.
I don't know.
What is it? Is it? Never mind.
I don't know where I got that name from.
Yeah.
So you know the person that
Yeah, hey, I need $100 on pump number 2. Good to see you again, Cecilia.
That's her name?
No, but
you
just made up Vern. So.
Oh.
No, but I'm saying not gas because it's usually like a round number dollar increments.
Yeah.
But if you go in and say, hey, I don't know, it's $8.33. I like getting. I don't want a bunch of $1 bills back.
Okay.
The $8 is probably not good. Like $6 and whatever.
Oh, I know what you do.
You give them like $11 in the change, so I get back a $5, and then people just look at you like,
"What have you done?"
Seriously, I want like a 5 or a 10 or something like that back, and they just look at you, and then they hand you like the actual, and I'm like, that's not what we were doing here.
But they have no idea.
No, they have no idea. And
so they'll give you that $1 bill that you gave them to make it.
They basically give it back.
They'll give it right back to you. That's so weird.
So but I can see and I try to do the math in my head sometimes since I use so much change and whatever. But when it gets into the I don't know, the 60s or the 70s, that's a hard one in my head to do the math.
Why do you?
I don't know why.
Why do you use cash all the time like that?
Dave Ramsey told me to.
Don't get me started on Mr. Ramsey.
Ooh, you want to talk about it? Don't.
I mean,
He's a friend of the show.
Is he?
He should be.
Why?
I don't know.
I feel like. Now look, you can't put him down. You can't write Dave Ramsey in the title because it'll like ping him and he'll be like, "Wait, who's these jokers? These jabronis over here calling out my name."
He's got plenty of people.
I'm saying, but like, he's like, "Hey, don't use anything but cash." It's like,
no, he doesn't say that, but
I mean,
I do.
What I'm saying is, he's like, "Pay cash for a car." Bro, who got that kind of money to pay cash for a car? You did?
Clank.
Oh. What I'm saying is, not everybody can pay cash for a car.
Right.
But he can.
Well, exactly. For a whole lot of cars.
Cash for a brand new car.
A whole lot of them.
But
I get that. But no, I mean
they might call me G Money, but it ain't.
It's a lot of G, no money.
All G, no
money.
But it's like, I don't like using cash like that. I like using credit. But I'm the guy, like, I pay it off every month.
This turned into like a finance show or something all of a sudden. We're going to be trending like the...
Finance with Nothing and Everything podcast. Brought to you by No Money.
So what did you just say?
Use like a credit card for everything.
I mean, we use them. I have them, but there are certain things that, like, in the budget.
But I feel like you get, like, reward points and stuff for credit cards. And
yeah.
So if you use it enough, then you can actually use the rewards to buy stuff, buy more stuff that you don't need.
You have bought into the lie.
No, I believe you have bought into the lie. Like, I don't use a debit card. Do you ever use your debit card?
I have a debit. Yeah. I mean,
you use it?
Yeah.
That's not good.
Why not? Because I'm not getting points.
No, not just that, but if you go swipe a debit card and it gets stolen or something like that, you know, they can take all your money out of your bank. Then what?
It's the same protection that you get with a credit card.
No, it ain't. Not with a
just because you say it doesn't make it true.
I have declared it.
I'm about to declare bankruptcy in here after all this money talk.
So
I have declared. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I declared.
No, I don't think that's right.
I mean, we use a combination of all three.
Hey, is your microphone on over there? You're eating an apple with your microphone on?
He's got like a pocket knife out.
Oh, what are you doing? You always take pictures of us.
I'm cutting it so that you don't hear me biting on it.
Man, I appreciate that.
I ate an apple last night at the event at church, which I thought was a strange food item to have out, and I was just sitting there like, my wife was like, "Are you gonna?" I was like, "Yep, I'm going to." Anyway, that was a leftover apple from.
Yeah.
All right, people.
So anyway,
learn how to constantly change.
Well, and then so I'm my son was with me, and then we started talking about how like kids nowadays don't learn how to do that, count change like that or whatever. I don't know.
An old man.
I did sound like nowadays. Get off my lawn.
Kids nowadays.
Anyway, kids nowadays, and what's not very helpful is like when people write or text like shorthand, instead of like your, they write you are, and just stuff like that. I think people can't spell today either.
Well, autocorrect and like, if you type a word, even a paper nowadays, you can run everything through. What are those?
Yeah, I know, but isn't it good to have that kind of knowledge? Like how to spell definitely instead of writing defiantly. I defiantly this or that instead of I definitely this. You want me to
compliment you or compliment you?
What?
Yeah, you heard me.
Oh, right.
Well, I'm just saying stuff like that. No, I agree.
Yeah, like
man,
you are or your.
How about there? No, wait. Are there only
they are there?
Yeah.
Or
THEIR.
Is in possession.
Yeah.
Or a place.
Or your.
Oh gosh. Right.
What about it?
So.
That's like Reese's peanut butter cup.
Reese's.
It's Reese's. It's
it
Reese.
Belongs to Reese.
Reese. That's right. It's his.
It's
possessive.
Reese's.
It's
is
his
it
cup.
his or hers?
It could be. It's
you know
ambiguous.
any guy named Reese?
No, but for some reason I don't. But I do know a girl or two.
Who? Like?
I mean, some kids.
Reese Witherspoon?
I don't know her, but I mean, I know the name.
Oh.
I'm sure there's a guy named Reese.
My friend's
somewhere.
wife is named Reese.
I know some Reese's. What about Reese's? I know some
Reese's.
I know some Reese's. If more than one Reese had some cups, some peanut butter cups, would it be Reese's?
Or is it just their cups.
Ooh, there you go.
Theirs. Themses. Thems. I'm okay with that. So anyway.
Man, what a grammarian rant you just went on.
Grammarian rant.
You went from mathematics.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, kids these days, man, they just don't know. You know something else kids don't.
Start doing this segment every week.
Kids these days. You know what else kids don't know much about? I was having a conversation the other day with. I say kid, he's 27 or 28.
Okay, go ahead. I got when you said that, I was like, that wasn't rhetorical. I was actually I had.
Oh, okay. Tell me.
No, I don't want to finish.
Oh, well, so our friend Campbell. He had never heard of layaway.
Oh, I know about some layaway.
So I told him, I was like, bro, when I was in school, like elementary school or grade school, all up to like high school, like my mom would get me some new school shoes around May, and she'd put them on layaway.
And you get them.
And every time she got a paycheck, she'd go put $10 or $15 down on it. And so I'd go by and look at them and be like, man, I'm going to have them.
You see them sitting on the shelves
August, them shoes going to be mine.
In 3 months.
It says, Malloy got a little piece of paper written, my name written on it.
The kids don't know the joy
No,
of
they don't
layaway.
They don't know. They don't know. Interest free.
We probably use. I remember using it probably. I mean, we didn't have a lot of money growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And so you go to Kmart or Walmart or Fred's, something like that.
I don't know about Fred's.
Oh man.
You know about Rose's?
I've been to Rose's.
Yeah.
My wife likes some Rose's.
What is Fred's?
It was like a small. It was like it felt like a Big Lots.
Big Lots?
Back in the day.
You know what they have now? The thing
Fred's, it was possessive. It was his. It wasn't more than one Fred.
Like there was a guy named Fred.
Fred, and he's like, "This is my
he
store."
run the place.
Yeah.
It's like Ollie's. I wonder if there's a guy named Ollie.
I'm sure there was at some point.
Yeah.
Like there was a guy named Ace. Isn't it Aces? Is it Ace Hardware or is it Aces?
Oh my gosh. It's Ace's Hamburgers. Ace's Burgers. Ace number 3.
What? Oh yeah.
No, it's still Ace. And then Ace Hardware. Oh. Tell me your story about layaway. Or
no, it wasn't a
kids these
layaway.
days?
You were like kids these days.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to explain to my children the other day about there's several things, but everything now is streaming on demand, whatever. And I was like, look, if I wanted to watch a television show, so what I would do, like one of my big like obsessions, I guess kind of hobbies was, growing up playing sports and stuff like that. I'm not talking like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 years old, was we had a VCR.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would record like sports highlights, sports bloopers. So this was like our version of YouTube. And then I would, there was no like editing or cutting anything off. You just had to stop it right then. And you got to be quick on the button the next time to start it at the right time. And I'd make all these like, VHS, VCR tapes of all these highlights, but to try to explain that to my children, like that was my YouTube or that was my Netflix. If I want to go back and watch it, I can watch it any time. And I'm pretty sure my parents probably still have it, but trying to explain that, they didn't understand. Like, what did you do?
Yeah. Things nowadays are just weird. Everything nowadays is weird. Like I remember when eBay first came out, eBay was weird.
Yeah.
And then like Craigslist got weird. It was just weird. Now it's like Facebook Marketplace.
Weird.
It's weird.
That's right, yeah, because my wife posted something on Facebook Marketplace a while back, and it was a total scam. And you could tell, like, they were sending her all these messages, hey, I want this thing. But then it was like, I forget what it was. It was this weird Venmo thing when they were trying to get her information.
Oh, wow.
And she was like, no, you got to come here. Like, she was like, bring the cash right now or something. But it was weird. Yeah, you could tell. Like, it was all.
Why was she talking like that?
She was mad.
Bring the cash right now.
Right. It was a hostage situation. Somebody was kidnapped.
$50 million. Who you think we got?
Just, I don't have that much cash laying around.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all that stuff's weird, man. My wife does this thing now where, like, she'll sell something.
He's still cutting the apple. It's like.
I feel like we're in the woods or something. Like
he's skinning a beaver or something over there. What are you doing?
Anyway.
We have some squirrel stew for dinner.
I have to tell my wife, she does this porch pickup thing. Are you familiar with this porch pickup thing? There's nothing more shady. No, The two shadiest things with doing those kinds of things. Number one, I went one time with my wife to meet at CVS in the little town that we live in. I feel like I'm trying to be covert here. Anyway, we went to the CVS, and it's like she's like pulling over here. So it's like
you just said the CVS.
That's what it was.
The CVS.
Anyway, so I had to back in this spot and kind of like far away from the store or whatever. So I'm just sitting there like, what are we doing? Like, what's about to happen?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So
Because my wife is the queen of this too. So
then this car pulls up, and this lady, she's like looking at us. I'm looking at her like, what is about to happen?
hey, do you have the yeah?
So then Tammy like holds up a pair of shoes, and the lady, she holds up money, and then they get out real quick and they make the swap. And so I was like, Tammy, those are my shoes. Like,
Wait, what?
they were my shoes. And she was like, I hadn't seen you wear these. So I was like, well, you know, like those are like $50 shoes, and you got $7 for them. Like, give me the $7 so I can get a Big
You
Mac
didn't
or
see
something.
$7 probably.
I was like, I don't even understand this. This makes no sense.
I've had so many of these little drop-off pickup things
That's shady.
in a parking lot.
That's shady, bro.
And apparently there are, near where we live, in between our houses, about the CVS. There's a
Yeah.
couple other places.
Yeah, right.
It's a popular
Right.
hey,
Swap
on
meet.
this swap meet.
You know, I'm talking about swap meets from back in the
It's
day.
like
Trade the Louis Vuitton and the Gucci. Or
I don't know about that.
the
My
fake
stuff was on
Louis.
layaway. So
Yeah, all my stuff was.
how'd you go from layaway to Louis Vuitton and Gucci?
Well, you know, you go to New York, go to Chinatown, you walk down through
it's a
there, you can
different
get
kind of
all
Gucci.
kinds. You can
Yeah.
get Gucci purses for, $10.
Yeah, but then,
So now okay, so this is where I get all messed up. Like if Tammy needs to go do that, I don't ever go with her anymore because I don't understand it. So it just makes I get anxious about it. But so I got a Ring doorbell, and then Tammy will be like, no, someone will come to the door, and my Ring doorbell, sometimes I'll catch them as they're turning walking away. So then all I see on my doorbell is that some person has grabbed something off my porch and is walking back up to the vehicle. So I'm like,
not knowing that.
so
yeah.
I'm like yelling, like, who are you? What do you want? Like yelling to my phone.
Well, so what are they picking up though? I mean, I've had like.
Something that like my wife will leave it in a bag, like on the front porch.
What did you call that earlier?
It's called porch pickup. PPU.
Okay.
Porch pickup. You understand? Like
I got
porch,
porch
and they come
pickup.
pick it up.
I know,
So
but
a
like,
porch pickup.
But you're
Do
just
you
telling
understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I do.
But what I'm saying is,
What are you doing?
he is falling apart over there.
He just dropped his pocket knife.
Look, and he wipes his knife off on his britches.
on his britches. Nice has some stuff
So
going on
anyway.
at the homestead.
So it kind of makes me panic a little bit, like to the point where like if I'm at the house and I see someone come up.
Yeah.
So I always tell my wife like, someone's calling me.
I don't know who that is,
Yeah.
dude. That's funny.
So I'm always telling my wife like, you got to let me know when you've arranged for someone to come to the house to pick something up.
Yeah.
So I'm aware that way I
So you're
don't
not locked and loaded
accidentally
and ready to
tackle
go.
somebody. She's running out to the car because she got on some like house robe and some slippers or something, whoever this person is, and I'm out there trying to tackle her because she's taking some some old toboggans that I don't wear no more. You know what I'm saying? Some old Sebagos or something.
My wife doesn't sell the stuff like you were saying. It's the opposite. Like if I'm not I'm not known for my fashion sense, which I'm fine with, whatever. But I'm saying like there's a few things I'll wear around the house, or I'll wear it like a lot,
Yeah.
and it'll just mysteriously disappear.
That's how she gets rid of stuff.
And my wife was like, "Yeah, I was tired of looking at that." Bam. And I deserve it because I'm like, well, once you say you're tired of looking at it, I'm just gonna wear more. Not like that. Like,
Oh, you're that
sounded,
guy.
That sounded like that, but I'm
that
not
sounded
that
pretty
guy.
bad. Yeah, that sounded pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
Kids these days.
kids these days.
Kids these days.
let's
Wives these days.
let's
Let's don't do that. Let's don't do that part.
let's stay on the whole kids these days thing.
Yeah.
This is fun. There's we've talked about the line in this room even, like Austin being the young one and you and
It's
I
a
being
generational gap. Yo.
much older. I just watched them come in here and change some batteries out just a second ago in the little contraption right there. And if you could look inside of our studio right now, you would see that there's literally batteries all over the floor.
I know. I was just trying to count them up.
There's even some pine straw over here. I don't even know what's happening. But what's so crazy is, man, these young kids don't care about nothing.
Kids these days.
He don't care about nothing. What if I was to slip and fall at my
Roll out a battery up under.
at my advanced age?
Seriously, hip
You know,
replacement.
are those batteries even good? How do you know they're not good?
Because I pulled them out. That's why.
Speaking of batteries, let me tell you what I did to them the other day. I had a battery in my
I think I know what
guitar
this is
that I
gonna
was
be.
trying to change out, and I said, "Hey, I was asking some people up in the office. I was like, hey, can y'all stick this on your tongue to check it for me to see if it's any good?" And they're like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, stick it on your tongue and
Anybody do
tell me
it?
if it." No, nobody would do it.
Chickens.
So Austin comes in. I said, "Hey, have you ever stuck a battery on your tongue?" He goes, "No." I said, "Well, stick that on your tongue and see. It kind of tells you if there's any power left
Like a
in it."
9-volt.
And I was kind of talking, kind of happy and expressive, and he was like, "Yeah, okay, sounds good." It was like, he's like, "Ah!" I said, "It still got some juice in it."
I remember doing that as a kid accidentally, and then I was like, "Oh,
Yeah,
that's how you know."
yeah, that's how you know. It was really funny though because he was not expecting that. So, but I was like,
these
"How do
days,
you
they don't
not
know how
know?
batteries work.
How do you not know that that's how you test a battery?"
How do you not know that? How do you not know that that is the way to test a battery? Stick it to your tongue.
Yeah, there's no other way.
Do you remember how they used to have the battery packs? Like, I don't know if it was Energizer or Duracell.
Yes.
Where you would squeeze the little thing and then the
Yes.
little line would go up. It was like a little
Yes.
thermometer, like.
Yes.
And you're like,
Yeah,
that didn't last very long.
that didn't last
Kind
very
of
long.
like clear Pepsi or something. Kids these days, they don't even know what we're talking about.
Kids these days.
Kids these days.
What else can we talk about with kids
segment.
these days?
Kids these days. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
What else you got on the old agenda?
Well, there is one little thing I wanted us to be able to chat about today. So we do have some sort of a chart here.
Yeah.
It's our trade up chart.
Yep.
And the chart kind of is keeping track of what we actually trade up to.
Yep.
So we all start with a paperclip. It looks as though
I got in the game.
This week you got in the game. You now have a
brand new pack of gum.
still wrapped.
It's a yeah. It's on my desk.
What kind of gum is it?
I don't know. Probably some extra. It was probably in like a pack of 12, and it was just one of the packs in there. I don't know for sure, but I have traded up. But I went from a paperclip, which has a retail value of what? 2 cents?
I feel like this is like The Price is Right.
Right.
The retail
Without going
value of wah, 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 wah.
But so, I went from like 2 cents to about $2.
$2 for a pack of gum
That's probably expensive.
in a 12-pack?
What if I went in and I gave him $1.44? It was $1.44. What would you give him?
What?
Not your credit card. How would you pay for it?
Oh,
Never mind. That was a conversation we had earlier.
Right.
About the change. Do you remember that?
I would swipe a card.
Yeah, kids these days.
Yeah, swipe a credit card.
Did you trade up?
I actually did not.
Whoa,
trade up this week.
whoa,
I actually
whoa.
forgot.
Anybody else trade up?
Negative.
Look at me. The only one trading up this week.
You're the only one.
I mean, I had a lot of ground to make up, so.
Not much on me, but actually my calligraphy pen is probably much better than your pack of gum. So
Possibly.
I say next week we need to step it up a little bit. I mean, if this is going to be like a thing, we need to make it a thing.
It's going to be a thing.
I mean,
make it a thing.
yeah, it definitely needs to be.
Whoa,
Definitely needs
you
to
just
be a
got
thing.
something popped up that said Prada. What is going on?
I don't know. It scared me actually. It looks like a money clip, a Prada money clip.
Have you ever carried a money clip? Be honest.
Yes.
Like a. Do you really? Like currently?
I used to carry a money clip.
Yeah.
Like cash in the front pocket, and then the plastic in the back pocket. Do you carry a wallet?
Mm-hmm.
Are you like back left or back right?
Left.
Are you left-handed?
Yeah.
Did you have to think about that?
Well, I'm half and half. So, but I'm
Whoa,
not
whoa, whoa.
like, I'm not ambidextrous, but I do certain things with each hand. I always have. It's weird. I throw baseball, football with my left hand,
Okay.
but I write with my right hand.
So then you're not left-handed.
I throw a baseball left-handed.
I mean, I could throw a baseball left-handed. That doesn't make me left-handed.
Well, it's the only hand I can throw a baseball with.
No,
well,
you can throw it with your right hand.
Yeah, but it's not very well.
But you can. But you right-handed?
Yeah.
That's weird.
It is weird. Are you all right-handed?
Yeah.
Is
Except
everybody
when I use
in
my
your
left-handed for everything.
well, you could use your left hand, but
Yeah.
you play guitar right-handed, right?
Well, I use my left hand as well.
Oh boy. But you're considered a right-handed guitarist if you play, if you strum.
If we want to put labels on
if we
things.
wanna
Why must you
label
label me? Let me just be. I'm just a guitar player.
What's up with the?
Anyway, the Prada thing. I don't know. It's a Prada money clip that's $525.
But it looks like a paper clip, though.
It does like a paper clip, and I think when you're done paying for it, you only have the clip because ain't no more money in it because you spent it all, and they're out of stock.
Oh my word!
That means people are actually buying
Prada paper clips.
Prada money clips.
What if it's? Yeah, but it looks like a paper clip. That does not look like a money. I mean, unless it's like really big.
But just because it looks like something.
That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get one of those. You know, like those like big plastic ones, and just use that as my money clip.
Like the little thing with the black pincher thing?
No.
And you fold the things down, the little silver things down?
That'd be cool.
I don't have that much cash to carry around. Oh,
I do.
But you're paying hundreds of dollars at the gas pump with all cash. Straight cash, homie.
Straight ones.
Man. Yeah, I don't like spending cash, like coins, change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I save all that.
I save the change. I don't usually use the change.
I mean, like
every once in a while.
Like I save so much change. I decided one day.
You do something with it? Like,
well, back in the day, I was watching Oprah. Oprah.
Back in the
day.
Kids these days, they don't even know who Oprah is.
They don't even know who Oprah is. I was watching Oprah one day, and it showed this guy, and he owned a laundromat.
Ooh.
And what he would do is, every night he'd go and he'd clean up the shop or whatever. And there was always change on the floor, quarters,
sure.
here or there, or whatever. Now the regular quarters he'd put, and do whatever he needed to do with that, put it in the bank, whatever. But there was always change on the floor after he'd sweep the whole floor. So he'd take that and he just dropped it in like this little bucket or whatever. His son was like 3 or 4 years old. So when his son graduated high school, the dad had saved $53,000. Wrote him a check for $53,000, which paid
change.
for in change, quarters, stuff like that. So the kid was able to buy. I mean, this is years ago. The kid was able to buy a brand new car and pay for like his first 2 years of college, something crazy like that. And so I started thinking. I was like, man, I need to not spend change or $1 bills. So I'm not going to do that. So I just decided in my mind I'm not going to.
Yep.
So I wasn't using credit cards then. I was just using like cash. So every time I got some change, I'd put it in this drawer or put it in a bucket or whatever. And then I was actually able to buy my wife's engagement ring and the band with change and $1 bills.
Did you just go into Zales and just...
I went to Jared, actually.
Did you go to Jared?
I did go to Jared.
Sadly, I went to Zales.
Is it like you went to the mall?
Yeah. But you got to remember, though, I mean, this was circa 2001. So, I mean, we're 21 years ago. I've been married 21 years in February. And so, like, I'm a poor college student. I was working 2-3 jobs, trying to finish up school. And so, but, engagement rings, maybe in my mind, or at least in my socioeconomic status at that point, I didn't know that you should spend X amount of dollars. It was like, I got to scrape together everything I can.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember spending and going to Zales, and I was like, this is the biggest purchase of my life. What am I going to do?
Well, yeah.
And I had like anxiety just sitting outside the mall, just like sitting in the food court. Probably had some Dippin' Dots or something. I was like, oh, my word.
The ring I bought for my wife was more expensive than my first 2 cars combined. For what I paid for my first 2 cars combined.
We're in different.
No, I mean, I'm not. I had. I mean, my first car was a Volkswagen Rabbit.
Well,
I mean, so.
Do you have a cabriolet?
No, it looked like it, but it was like it didn't have the.
Was it a convertible?
It wasn't convertible.
Oh man,
but it was the Rabbit.
Seriously.
Yeah, which is the cabriolet. It's the cabriolet. Yeah, something like that.
That's cool though. You saved that up.
Yeah. So, and then it was like because it's money that I have, but I'm not ever going to spend it.
Yeah.
So I just never even thought about it. And then one day I went and counted it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I got enough to buy her ring. I'm doing it. Bought it, and then and then I started over again. So then it was like, okay, now just save up. So.
Wait, are you still saving on that amount?
Oh yeah.
You have a lot then.
You
I'm
know.
about to come do a PPU at your house and then bam.
I didn't know what you were saying. Like, what?
It was a sports pickup. You said it earlier.
I know, but I hadn't heard it in a minute, and then it was like, what? Yeah,
Oh, glad you put a U on there.
yeah, well,
seriously.
PP on my front porch. Anyway,
I'm gonna come over to your house next time and just be like, "Hey, Gerald, show me around your."
no, you won't
House.
find it. Stuff's hidden.
Ooh, nice.
It might not even be in the house.
Ooh.
I have a vault. I have a vault buried in my backyard, like a one of those shipping containers. Got a little fallout shelter in my backyard, buried.
Yep.
I probably would.
You a prepper?
Am I a prepper?
You still have your vault buried in the backyard.
No, but I like to be prepared
I bet you do.
for whatever comes
I
my
can
way.
see that.
So, I was a Boy Scout, so
You're always prepared.
always prepared.
Yep.
So I'm always prepared.
Always prepping.
Yep. So how long have we been talking?
I don't know. I think that's probably about it, though. Feels like
Is it time? Oh,
He just gave us the nod.
he gave us not just a nod, but the that I'm
People
tired of
already
being
lost
here.
interest.
Yeah, people
Seriously.
aren't listening anymore. Well, kids these days. It's a great show. Thanks for listening. Hope
That's
you
a
have
great show.
a.
Wait, is that? Did you just determine that? Like
I have determined.
declared? it was
I've
a-
declared.
This is a great show.
This is a great show. This is top of the Apple Podcasts episodes. This one for
This is
sure,
it.
without
Yep.
a doubt.
Number what?
This will take us interglobal. We are episode
Season 2,
20.
episode 4,
I don't know.
5.
5.
5. He doesn't know either. He's cutting up apples with a pocket knife in the corner. He don't know. He's like
Johnny Appleseed over
whittling the core over there. All right, thanks everybody. See you next time.
here.